More people, including 8 lawmakers, are now stepping up to address the deadly accident at Six Flags.
Still a lot of questions surrounding that investigation. Fox 4's Brandon Todd joins us from Six Flags over Texas in Arlington. Brandon.
Yeah, that's right, Rich. Lawmakers here in Texas and in Washington are very aware of the lack of oversight or regulation when it comes to amusement parks, but specifically about this investigation here, it is ongoing and now in the hands of Six Flags itself. Six Flags says it has its own experts and experts they have brought in to look into what caused 52-year-old Rosa Ayala Gona, known to her family as Rosie Esparza, to come out of her seat in the Texas Giant and fall to her death Friday. While Arlington police have concluded this was an accident and not some result of a criminal action, experts in the field of amusement parks are beginning to speculate.
We're concerned as engineers that we design things and we have objects that fit people.
Bob Swint, CEO of Houston-based ATA Associates, is an accident reconstruction expert. He's analyzed roller coaster accidents similar to this one and says investigators will have to look at whether the 52-year-old grandmother's size may have prevented her restraints from protecting her.
With that size, you have to be concerned about whether she is properly fitted to that seat.
He says in this accident reconstruction animation, it shows a similar case where a man who was overweight flew from the ride because his restraint bar didn't go all the way down.
We don't know if there was an issue with the ride or an issue with the way the person was sitting or operating in the ride. The safeguards also include the individuals that are letting people on this ride.
Swint insists no one can speculate on what caused the Six Flags accident because we don't yet have all the facts. But getting those facts seems to be something that is now the job of Six Flags and Six Flags only. There is no federal agency that regulates amusement parks, and the only state oversight in Texas is the Texas Department of Insurance, which requires 2 things: proof that a certified engineer approved the ride under manufacturer specifications or national standards, whichever is stricter, and that the park has at least $1 million insurance policy per ride against accidents.
The insurance department requires that the ride operator's insurance company provide an inspection once a year and gives them a certificate. Now, does that sound safe to you?
Dallas attorney Frank Branson has experience with amusement park accident claims, but is not representing Esparza's family. He says regulation now, unfortunately, is up to the park. 3 politicians, a U.S. congressman, a Texas senator, and a Texas representative, all have Six Flags over Texas in their respective districts. All released a statement late today offering their condolences for the family and trying to reassure folks the investigation must be allowed to proceed and that they will be closely watching it to see what happens. Now, the victim's family has not commented other than to say they are making funeral arrangements and are seeking the advice of an attorney. Heather?
All right, so Brandon, you mentioned the lawmaker's statement. Anything in there at all, anything in the works from their end, I guess, looking at more oversight or regulation?
Well, I specifically asked the offices of all 3 of those politicians today that exact same question, is whether or not they will be pushing for legislation. I didn't get a specific yes or no, but the comments, the statements, were the only thing that they released. However, I was told by those that work with each of these lawmakers that they all are very aware of the lack of oversight and regulation in the state of Texas and on the federal level. Heather?
And they say they'll be watching. All right, Brandon Todd, thanks much.